world of games, there are some bosses that don't even deserve the title of boss. The guys in this video are such pushovers, it's embarrassing, really. Sometimes they lack a decent amount of health, and other times they just behave playing stupid. Here are 10 more hilariously easy bosses we beat in seconds. We know that Kirby games aren't exactly Dark Souls when it comes to hard boss battles. However, Kirby Superstar Ultra has a very sad excuse of a boss. Bandana Waddle Dee can be sucked up and defeated in seconds. You just walk up to him, press B again, and he's dead. And before you ask, yes, he counts as a boss because he's in the boss rush mode and has a health bar. Beating this first boss is definitely one of the easiest challenges in the world of gaming.
But a premature firing will destroy the Ark.
Deal with it.
Will destroy this installation. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable!
Finally, being able to take on the 343 Guilty Spark in Halo 3 should have been an epic boss battle. The robot had been following you around since the first game, and finding out that he betrayed you was a huge deal. However, the boss battle that followed was a big letdown because it was too easy. You simply avoid his predictable attacks and shoot him with a laser until he explodes. What should have been a very impactful moment was over before we knew it. 343 Guilty Spark left us feeling very unsatisfied.
I'm getting you out of here.
No, you're not. Don't let her go. Don't ever let her go.
Yoshi's story is full of ridiculously easy bosses. There's even a cloud boss that gives you health when you lick it. However, we want to highlight Baby Bowser in this video. This guy is the final boss of the game, so you expect at least a little challenge from him. However, the battle that follows is ridiculously easy. There's a tree full of fruit that gives you health nearby, and all you have to do is throw some eggs at him. After that, he goes into his second form and jumps around for a bit. You then finish him off on the ground and watch the credits roll. The fight against El Gigante was a nice surprise in Resident Evil 4 that most gamers really liked. So when the developers made Resident Evil 5, they decided he should make a comeback. However, this time the battle was a whole lot less interesting. All you had to do was hold down the trigger and hit his weak spots for massive damage. The turret section might be a nice spectacle to look at, but the gameplay is pretty underwhelming. It was the first step into a more action-oriented focus for the series until they dialed it way back in Resident Evil 7. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is one of the best games of all time. It also has one of the weakest bosses ever in the form of Goma. The whole thing can be over in seconds if you use the stick. Even without the stick, she can be easily defeated with your slingshot and sword. This boss might look intimidating, but she's definitely all bark and no bite.
I have stood before 1,000 men, all of them superior to you, and all of them dead, by my hand!
The first Assassin's Creed was an awesome but very flawed game. It looked absolutely amazing at the time, but the gameplay became very repetitive due to a lack of mission variety. The final boss was also a huge letdown because he was way too easy. Finally being able to face the leader of the Assassin's Order should have been an epic event. So imagine our surprise when he just sends a bunch of clones after you. They all stand around and you counter them one by one.
Have you any final words?
After a long monologue, you get to fight him for real. We expected more from such a skilled assassin.
The student does not defeat the teacher.
الشيء واقع مطلق بل كل ممكن.
We know that most bosses in Mario games aren't exactly difficult. However, Big Bob is a little bit too easy if you ask us, even for Nintendo standards. It's literally impossible to die as he just picks you up and throws you away. All you have to do is run circles around him and pick him up when you're behind him. This boss fight does teach you how to beat Bowser later in the game, which is kind of smart. But that doesn't hide the fact that Big Bob is one of the easiest bosses at gaming.
Oracle, I'm heading into Croc's lair to collect the plant spores Ivy spoke about. He's in some kind of old sewer network. Send me the schematics, it's like a maze down here.
Who doesn't love a former wrestler that developed into an animalistic criminal and roams around in the sewers of Gotham City? That's right, we're talking about Killer Croc. Unfortunately, this boss battle in Batman Arkham Asylum is extremely easy. It's supposed to be a tense cat and mouse game as Batman stalks through the sewer and Killer Croc appears out of nowhere. However, all you have to do is throw a batarang to make him fall into the water. It's a game of chicken that's very easy and kind of underwhelming. Killer Croc, we expected more from you. Nipper is a giant enemy crab found near the entrance of Treasure Trove Cove in Banjo-Kazooie. This boss fight is very easy as long as you have a little patience. All you have to do is wait and peck at his face when his claws stop moving. You simply repeat this process 3 times until he dies. You even get an achievement for this in the Xbox 360 version of the game. That has to be one of the most ironic achievements in gaming. After beating him, you can explore his shell for more hidden treasures, which is kind of nice. Sonic is another game series with some very easy bosses. The classic Sonic game Sonic CD might have some of the weakest in the entire franchise. The Chicken Walker is the first boss in the game, and he's an absolute joke. You can't even seriously get hurt by this guy. Simply attack his fists a few times and his defenses are gone. After that, he goes down in one hit. Luckily, the Chicken Walker got his revenge in Sonic Mania. In this excellent game, he actually provides a decent challenge. What are some of the easiest bosses you've ever beaten? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.